In this section of the ISSS orientation, we will discuss the options and considerations for once your time at Rensselaer has come to an end, whether it be for a time away from the institution during your studies or when your graduation date approaches. Have you reached the anticipated end date on your I-20 but still have more requirements to complete your program? That's okay. In this case, you will need to apply for a program extension to extend your I-20 for the necessary time. This needs to be submitted to ISSS at least 1 month before your I-20 is set to expire. If you have been put on probation, suspended, intend to take a leave of absence or LOA, or intend to withdraw, these all require you to work with ISSS to determine the options and timeline available to you. First, contact ISSS, and then you will contact your appropriate dean depending on your class cohort. Once you graduate, you have a 60-day grace period. This allows you to legally remain in the U.S. after you complete your program. It gives you time to prepare to return home or complete processes to continue your F1 status, which we will discuss later in this video. The 60-day grace period starts the day after you complete your program and ends 60 days later. By that 60-day point, you must depart the U.S. or extend your F1 status to avoid accruing unlawful presence in the U.S. This 60-day grace period only applies to students who have successfully completed their program of study and have maintained their F1 status. This grace period does not apply to students terminating studies without ISSS approval or upon suspension from school. Those that end early or fall out of status need to discuss the applicable timeline for departure with ISSS. If you are interested in remaining in the U.S. to continue learning, you have a couple of options to extend your F1 status. You can continue to study, maybe start a new degree at a higher level, or you can work in your field of study and build on what you learned in the workforce. There are two options for continuing your studies. The first is to continue studying at Rensselaer. You can do this by applying for a coterm, which is common for students completing a bachelor's degree and starting a master's at Rensselaer, or by applying for a change of level, which is for any student completing one degree and starting a higher degree at the school. Once you finish the first degree, you will need to apply for a new I-20 that reflects the new degree in order to continue studying at Rensselaer. Requests for the new I-20 should be submitted at least 30 days before the end of the grace period. However, it can be submitted during your final semester. ISSS recommends you do not wait to the last minute to avoid falling out of F1 status. The second option for continuing your studies would be to transfer your CVIS record to another U.S. institution. You should plan to apply for a transfer out request at least 30 days before the end of your grace period, as this must be processed by ISSS by the end of your grace period. However, you can submit the application earlier sometime during your final semester. It is important to note that you have the option to transfer to another U.S. institution before you complete your studies. If you decide you would like to finish your studies elsewhere, ISSS can help you transfer your CVIS record at the appropriate time. If you decide to apply for work authorization, you can apply for OPT, which allows you to work up to 12 months in the U.S. in your field of study. You can apply as early as 90 days before the end of your program and must submit the application by the end of your grace period. OPT workshops are held each semester. ISSS recommends that you apply as soon as possible, as the process can take 4 months or longer. Upon completion of the first year of OPT, students in certain STEM programs are then eligible for an additional STEM OPT extension. This work authorization allows students to work in their eligible STEM field of study for an additional 24 months. When you start considering these options, the best thing to remember is to consult with ISSS. We are more than happy to advise on your specific situation and review the proper steps to take. You can meet with us during open hour advising, email the ISSS account, or reference the ISSS website for information and instructions.